Shemia Fagan is officially out as Oregon's Secretary of State. Her resignation took effect earlier this afternoon, and it comes about a week after news surfaced that Fagan had a second job as a consultant for a troubled marijuana company. Let's bring in Mike Benner now. So, Mike, tell us who's stepping into the Secretary of State role.
Yeah, good question, Brittany. The acting Secretary of State will be Deputy Secretary of State Cheryl Myers, and she released a statement today saying that her agency is resilient and she does not anticipate any interruptions in service during this transition, a transition that became necessary after we learned that Shemia Fagan had a second job as a consultant for the marijuana dispensary chain LaMotta. It is worth mentioning that it's not totally uncommon for elected officials to take on second gigs in order to make some supplemental income. But here's the deal with LaMotta. Court records indicate the company and associated businesses have racked up millions of dollars in unpaid taxes and have been sued repeatedly for not paying bills. At the same time, LaMotta's owners were making sizable donations to top Democrats across the state, including Fagan. Additionally, as Secretary of State, Fagan was overseeing state audits, including the audit of Oregon's regulations on the cannabis industry, the same industry in which Fagan was working as a consultant. Fagan ultimately made the decision to resign as Oregon's Secretary of State, but not before apologizing to Oregonians.
I am truly sorry. I exercised poor judgment by contracting with a company that is owned by my political donors and is regulated by an agency that was under audit by my audits division. I am sorry for harming the trust that I and so many others have worked so hard to build.
Again, Deputy Secretary of State Cheryl Myers becomes the acting Secretary of State, but for how long is anybody's guess. We can tell you that Myers will only occupy the office until Governor Kotek appoints a new Secretary of State to complete the remainder of Fagan's term. Brittany?
All right, Mike, thank you.